There was a Q&A today, guys. There was a Q&A today announced just randomly. Dutch just said, hey, Q&A right now. Put your questions in Bronzebeard questions and they will be answered in Bronzebeard answers. So a bunch of people asked questions. I asked a question about future content. So we will go ahead and get into this right now. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to learn more, and I'm hopefully these are good questions. But here we go. Will you remove level 1 mount so everyone can get the mount at level 6? All right, this is a response. Novice riding, which is a new 40% riding, is only available at level 6. It is free. You will find riding trainers for that in the second towns you enter, like Goldshire, okay, Razor Hill, Bloodhoof Village, Brill, stuff like that, right? You cannot mount at level 1. So there you go. All right, love it. We'll go thumbs up on that one. Okay, so there you go. That's awesome, right? That's something that I didn't know about until yesterday. I think I found out about this whole mounting at level 6 thing. 40% movement speed is pretty freaking fast. It is pretty freaking fast, okay? Will there be heirlooms at the start? Heirlooms will not be available on launch, and they will require a level 60 on your account before you can use them, okay? Thumbs up on that one. I like that. I'm very happy with that. I think if you're going to do stuff like that, honestly, you should really make sure that that you've experienced the game naturally before you start, you know, robbing yourself of the journey. That's just the way I look at it. Okay, ETA on a roadmap after release. There will be a timeline for the first set of releases up, which is up to Onyxia, released before launch. Okay, so we will probably be going through that timeline. I'm sure it's gonna come out tomorrow then, because tomorrow's the last day before launch if it doesn't come up today, or if it hasn't already come up today. All right, let me know if you guys have seen the timeline come out so that we can go ahead and go through that. Okay, definitely want to go through that. All right, thumbs up on that one. 1 day 13 hours. Yup. All right, will cross faction be available for all content, and plus ascended rate, etc? You already know the answer to that is yes. Okay, yes, cross faction is cross faction is cross faction. Okay, so yeah, there'll be an article for how this works in open world PvP, talking about more of the changes made. To explain a little bit, you have the ability to go into a mercenary mode as a spell in your spell book that makes you free for all PvP flagged, and if you want to help the opposing faction in PvP, you have to activate this. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. All right. All right, next question. If I prestige and then die to a hardcore challenge, do I continue leveling in prestige or do I reset to 60? Okay, if you die on a hardcore trial while prestiging, you simply fail the trial and then you can continue leveling. You do not reset to 60. Okay. Okay, where's the thumbs up, guys? Where's the thumbs up? All right, there we go. We'll add a thumbs up. There we go. We'll be the first. We'll be the first. We'll be the first. Okay, so wait a minute. So if you are doing the hardcore, if you choose a hardcore character and you die, you don't have to delete your character. You just carry on. You just fail the challenge and then you just continue leveling without deleting your character? Or is it like hardcore you delete? Yeah, you just fail hardcore trial, not the prestige. Yeah. Well, no, I'm not talking about prestige. This is independent of prestige. I'm talking about if tomorrow I create a character and I make it hardcore and I die at level 15. Okay, permanent death or whatever, 1 life. You have 1 life. Okay, and I die, do I lose my character or do I have to? There is no permanent death. Okay, cool. That's very interesting to know. Okay, I mean, I don't mind permanent death, but I would consider using prestige as a way to try different challenges in the game, right? And that seems interesting to me. So yeah. No, don't, you don't have to. I mean, sure, if you want to. Yeah, go ahead and make a character and test it right now. Can we get a talent calculator, please? Yes, can we get a talent calculator? Definitely. It will be after launch. Currently, the same team members who would handle that are preparing the server environment and getting additional realms ready in case they are needed for launch. See, honestly, I'm glad that he said this. Currently, the same team members who would handle that are preparing the server environment and getting additional realms ready in case they are needed for launch. I'm really glad they said that. It makes me feel a lot better to know that they're not going to necessarily cram everybody on one server and then it's going to be this, you know, cluster F, right? Okay. Are all the PvP modes... Oh, are all the PvP mods reset from the other servers since this is different, or will the modifiers still be in place? I haven't really played on any other servers, so I don't, you know, particularly care about this. PvP mods that reduce the damage of specific spells in PvP are used very sparingly on Bronzebeard. The goal was to make foundations that made it so they would need to be used far less in the classless realms. That reduce the damage of specific spells in PvP? That's weird. I don't understand having PvP mods that reduce damage of spells. I'd have to get an idea. I'd have to get an example of that, because I've never heard of something like that. Why can't people make a mod that makes you invincible then? Right? It's just, I don't understand that. In class, you can load up on stronger skills. Yeah, that is very... Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you can load up on stronger skills, and that's by design, if people don't like it that way, then you don't play. That's the way I look at it, or they fix it. Right? So you can't load up. I don't know, this seems very weird. I'm not... yeah, I don't like the idea of any PvP modifiers at all. You know? PvP mod is just a word they use for nerfs. Okay. Yeah, that's why they got PvP mods, to reduce the damage of the skills. See, yeah, that doesn't... I don't know. Okay, are all the PvP mods... we just read that one. How do I want to respond to this one? I'm gonna go like that. Yeah, I don't like the idea of PvP mods. I don't like it. All right. Okay, people are worried that Mana Storm... Oh, here's a question. I think, Glory, you were talking about this, right? People are worried that Mana Storm is going to be the main grind you have to do, like on a loon, and that will make the world feel dead. There are no Mana Storms on Bronzebeard. Besides that, focus on Bronzebeard was making the open world the best way to level. You can level other ways and have a great time, but the goal is open world being the most viable way to level for most people, as it should be. Absolutely 100%. I love that answer. That's amazing. I'm very happy about it. I thought Mana Storm was a dungeon in Wrath of Lich King? Burning Crusade? I can't remember. What's Mana Storms then? Oh, Endless Dungeons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The level dungeon, open world quest, yeah. Kill boss, onto the next boss, and so on. Okay. Will the early mana starvation issue be addressed somehow? Okay, I don't know anything about that because I haven't played on the server yet. Changes were made here within the last few weeks. The principle for Bronzebeard is that mana should matter on Bronzebeard primarily during combat and a bit less so during downtime out of combat than it did in vanilla. This means that mana costs on Bronzebeard are more in alignment with vanilla, while the out of combat regeneration is somewhere between vanilla and Wrath. Okay, we'll see how that works. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say, oh man, Oh well. I'll give it a thumbs up. I'll give it a thumbs up. Will enemy mob spawns be enhanced on release so questing can be smoother? Ascension realms have pretty robust dynamic respawning that is deflexive to the amount of people in the area. These have been battle tested over dozens of realm releases and are hot reloadable as needed in case anything needs tweaked. Okay, cool. So it'll be akin to what happened on Epoch. I will say this, when Epoch launched, I was having so much fun on Epoch because enemies were respawning so quickly that going into like caves, like the Jasper Lode Mine, Jenga Lode Mine, whatever, were like a death trap. So you needed to group up in order to go in these places, and it was so much fun. I had a blast on Epoch for the first week. It was nothing but fun. It was great. Are the world items going to be one per character or one per account? Are the world items, what are world items, guys? The world items going to be one per character or one per account? Once per character per playthrough, you can actually get them twice if you prestige, however. That gives a bit of a new game plus incentive to dive into prestige. Additionally, I've seen this asked a few times. The world forged items. Oh, world items, world forged items. Okay. Additionally, I've seen this asked a few times. The world forged items can be looted by anyone persistently. They do not despawn when one person loots them. Okay, that's really good. That's actually something that I was thinking about in my head earlier and I didn't ask. So good. Okay, yeah, world items, world forged items. Okay, well that's a great answer, and honestly, I love that. I love that because when you prestige, it resets all the world forged items, so it gives you an opportunity to get them again. That's another good reason to prestige. Okay, I like it. But there's one thing that I learned on prestige. You can't respec. You can't have multiple specs on prestige. How does that? I don't understand. You're like stuck in one spec. Can somebody explain that to me? That's one thing I heard earlier. Add-on PF Quest gives you an option to search specific, let's say mine, ore, or herb. So it's not, let's say you can track both mining and herb, but if you set the filter to specific flower or ore, you can track them on the world. I see what you're saying. You are locked into the spec. It's set on the menu. But so if you have dual spec or triple spec, you can't go into one of the other specs, is what I'm saying, right? If you go in the cash shop and you buy dual spec, buy triple spec, you are literally locked. Like if I'm a mage and I choose my frost spec, I can't go to a different, I can't go to a freaking fire or arcane. We're doing the Q&A right now, Broken. How you doing, brother? So I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. So yeah. Yeah, explain that to me if you don't mind. It might mean you can't respec. Okay. But you might be able to dual spec and like swap specs. Okay, well, you know what? It's cool. It'll just be one of those things where you just kind of, you know, FAFO, right? Let's try it out and see what happens. Okay, how will be layering in the beginning, since a lot of people will grind on starting grounds? The vast open, okay, so that's the question. The answer is the vast open world will not have multiple layers. There are only two places that will have layers: capital cities and start zones, like North Shore Valley, or North Shore Valley of Trials, Coldridge Valley, etc. if they are needed at launch. Okay, which more than likely they will be needed at launch, but going to what he said, where is it? over here, where they're having people preparing for additional realms in case they're needed for launch. So yeah, I like that. So all right, I like it. Where am I? Okay, so layering. You'll be able to change the instance you're in with a button by your minimap in those two places. This, I think, is a proper nuisance to balance having a huge population with great performance while minimizing the impact on gameplay. There will be no layer cheesing on the realm as a result of this, and the realm will be able to hold tons of players. Okay, I love it. Very happy about that. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, even if someone tags a mob and it's gray to you, you can still attack it and get experience and loot. That's very interesting. So you can get experience on gray mobs? Or are you saying gray because somebody already hit it? You're not talking about under-leveled enemies, right? You're talking about enemies that aren't claimed to you. Okay, I see what you're... Okay, okay, cool. What about quest updates? What about quest updates? What are you asking specifically about? What about quest updates? Okay, so I like that. Will crafted epics also benefit from the random affix add to the crafted gear? Or is that intended for rare quality and uncommon blues and greens only? Yes, crafted epics also get random affixes. I love it. Very, very, very happy about that. Oh, are you talking about, like, what about quest, like, are you talking about quest drops? Like, if you're fighting an enemy for a quest, will you get credit for it even though somebody else already claimed it first? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, you get credit. If you get experience and you can loot it, then yeah. Sure. I mean, I would assume so. Yeah, we'll act like you have the tag even though you don't. Okay, cool. Is there a pre-download for Bronzebeard server? Yes. Just download the live client that is used for Area 52, Elune, and Bronzebeard, and you'll be all set. I strongly recommend doing that right now. Okay. So that means that... Did the new update drop yet, guys? If it did, I am going to go ahead and update when I go to sleep tonight. Right before I go to sleep. Okay. Will quest drops be shared? Yes, quest drops are shared, and in addition to that, experience reduction for being in a group is not as high to further promote grouping up. Yes, I love that because I really like grouping up. I think it's really, really cool. A big fan of stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, super excited about that. You will definitely be able to level through Battleground. Wait, can we level efficiently through Battlegrounds? You will definitely be able to level through Battlegrounds. The goal is for open world to be the best way to level while still making it feel great to play whatever you want to play. Okay, good. Are experience pots and auras open day one on Bronzebeard? No. Experience items will not be available on launch. Titan scrolls that buff the entire world are available because everyone on the realm benefits from them. Fan-freaking-tastic. I love that. And you know what? If you guys haven't had a chance to know about Titan scrolls, I didn't release it yet. It's unlisted, but I'm going to release it tonight, is the video that we shot yesterday about the cash shop. So if you guys are interested in the cash shop, make sure that you guys... follow me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and it's Hero Vision on YouTube. All right, so Dutch, the activated skin peeler from Area 52, will it be usable on Bronzebeard even though you can't buy it from the shop right now? Okay, so activated skin peeler, if you guys are not knowing what that is, it's a cash shop item, and a lot of people have been asking about the skin peeler, okay? It's basically an auto loot. It is like an item or like a little minion or something like that that skins things for you, okay? If you kill an enemy, it'll automatically skin it for you, all right? The skin peeler is not planned to be available on Bronzebeard right now. It has some quirks that I think make it a net negative for the game currently. Edit fixed typo. Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. Honestly, that's fine for me. I don't really care one way or the other. If it's there, that's kind of cool but you know what? Having those things that you can buy that auto loot things for you, I mean, that's going to save you so much time right there. I mean, yeah. If you kill an elemental that needs to be mined, it will auto mine the mob as well. That's really cool. Will it auto herb the enemy too? If it's like a flower enemy, like a plant enemy? If there are too many people, will Ascension open an overflow server that eventually merges back like Epoch did with Menethil? This was kind of already answered. They're already ready with more servers to spin up. Yes, this is being prepared for. Additional realms will be made available and then later merged efficiently as needed. Love it. Where's the heart? Where's the freaking heart? You get 2 hearts. I love that. All right. What is the server start time? Pacific. Okay. You can see the release time in the original release announcement. It adapts to your time zone. Love it. So, what's actually different from Vanilla WoW? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. You have all this time to ask a question and say, so, what's different from Vanilla WoW? Bro, where do I start? Like, seriously, where do I start? You know, there's a 150 page article available on the site. Yeah, you know, just what a silly question, dude. I wish you could thumbs down. Can I thumbs down this? Is that rude to thumbs down? Is there a wow button? Let me see. I don't want a thumbs down. We'll just do that. We'll just laugh at them. How closely will the team keep an eye on the balance? Oh, that's a pretty good question. PvP pre-made will make BG unplayable. The meta will be boring pre-made farm. We'll see how it works out, dude. I definitely recommend seeing what it's like. How closely will the team keep an eye on balance? The Ascension team has a pretty big focus on spells and talents because of the classless roots. After doing balance and classless, which is kind of impossible by comparison, Bronzebeard balance should be really efficient. A lot of metrics and analytics have been made over the years to get good overview, to be able to make changes as needed. There will be a consistent eye on balance. Okay. We'll see how that works. So this is the way I look at it, though. What you're saying, Talo. This is the way I look at it. Okay. If you're worried about pre-mades, get into a fun group of people, into a fun guild with people that enjoy PvPing, and make your own pre-mades. You know, I mean, if that's the issue, right? That seems like a pretty logical solution. That's the way I would look at it, right? Okay, so where does Torwatha fit into progression? Is it going to be accessible in the open world, or I don't know what RDF stands for, RDF only. Is it going to have new loot, and what can we expect from its boss encounters? Since Torwatha is actually in Sunstrider Isle, it will be available via RDF only. What is Random Dungeon Finder? Derp, sorry about that. It has new loot. The boss mechanics are somewhere between Vanilla and Wrath Lich King. In complexity, it's definitely an early game dungeon. Guys, what's Torwatha? I've never heard of Torwatha. Is that some kind of a custom? Is that a custom Ascension dungeon? I just want to know if it's if it says it's definitely an early game dungeon, so obviously it's a custom dungeon, right? Any plans to offset the initial circus of starting zones being overrun? Okay, yeah. Awesome. Are we concerned about people or bots camping the spots for the various items spawning out in the world? That would honestly discourage any form of... No. They don't work that way. They are player, everyone sees them at all times. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I don't recall that as a dungeon I've ever done. Yeah, I don't recall it as a dungeon I've ever done, which is why I'm wondering if it's like, for those of you guys in chat that actually know about Ascension, yeah, that'd be awesome to know that. Can hunters expect to find new rare pets to tame than usual? Okay, and hopefully when they say new rare pets, they don't mean pets from other expansions. Like actual new pets would be great. Yes, quite a few of them. There are many new rare pets made for Ascension exclusively. Look at this bear. it's a freaking bear. It's a freaking bear, you know? Okay, it has blue eyes and it's got blood all over its mouth and everything, but it's a freaking bear, you know? It's cool though. It's cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with that. It's just that usually is stomping without any fight most of the time. Only fun time was when we were facing other pre-mades. Yeah. You thought it was brown? I mean, it looks like blood to me. It looks like blood all over there, all over his mouth, and it looks like blood all over his freaking paws. It looks like he just mauled the shit out of somebody, you know? Will cosmetics and huge mounts from bundles have the option to be disabled for other players like transmog? Yes. Yes, if you want the classic vibes, you can disable all transmog mounts and custom visuals that other people have. You can still see your own. You actually choose that on character creation. Then you can change it in the wardrobe at any time. Okay, good stuff. Boom. On this note, you can disable level scaling too. On Ascension, level scaling never scales creatures down to you. You just skip to any leveling zone you want. It just stops them from going gray, so you can play with any friends or finish a quest zone. Okay, so this looks like North Shore Valley. Okay, cool. All right. Why is there no advantage for players for playing in war mode, such as more experience? There is a 10% experience bonus for playing in war mode and a 15% bonus for leveling in high risk. Okay. Will dungeons scale to your level? So a level 15 could do dead mines with a level 40 and still get experience. Follow up, will there be a dungeon finder? Okay, there is a dungeon finder, but with changes. Good. There is only random dungeon finder while leveling, so you can't snipe specific dungeons. If you want something specific, you need to form a party and run there. There is no experience from completing looking for group. Instead, the experience has been spread out across the bosses to disincentivize rushing the last boss and promote actual running of the dungeons. I like that. Okay, there's no satchel of bonus gear from looking for group. Instead, this just drops from the bosses. Dungeons do not scale if you run to them. Dungeons scale to your level only in looking for group, but you can't just roll BRD at level 15. That would be horrible. Instead, the range of dungeons you can access just expanded a bit in looking for group. The goal here is just minimizing queue times while also maintaining the progression and journeying of unlocking higher level dungeons. I mean, I kind of like that. I just want to know exactly how this is going to work. See, he didn't answer. Maybe you guys know. Do you guys know if you have to run to the dungeons? Like, if you queue up for a dungeon and you get in a dungeon, do you get teleported there, or do you have to physically, like, run over to the dungeon? If you queue while leveling, you get TP'd. Okay. I mean, honestly, yeah, I'm kind of cool with that after now. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Sorry. Okay. Doesn't sound like it, but because it's Horwatha, comment by him. But if you're level 60 running dungeons, you gotta run to them. Okay. The scaling, in my opinion, is good. If you play with people that don't play as much, they can still team up with you. Honestly, what it's gonna do, it's gonna make the success of running dungeons like, well, what's cool is Alliance gets to run Ragefire Chasm now. That's cool. That's straight up cool. Which would be even cooler is if there's actual quests for the Alliance there. It's like, oh, we heard about this dungeon hidden in freaking Orgrimmar. We want you to run there and get the head of blah, 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 or something like that, right? Or find me these rare items from these enemies, you know? That would be really cool, right? Same thing for Horde in Stockades. That would be a lot of fun. It's also going to make doing things like what's that dungeon, Wailing Caverns and stuff like that, so you don't have to, and Shadowfang Keep, so you have to wait for somebody to run all the way over there. You know, what's always annoying is when you want to do a dungeon on the other side of the world, like Scarlet Monastery, and then somebody's like in Desolus or something like that, just chilling. And you have to wait for them. Oh, okay, let me figure out how to get there, guys. Is there a warlock in the group? Can you guys get me a teleport? Like, it's freaking obnoxious, bro. Okay, so will Recruit a Friend work on Bronzebeard at launch? If not, is there a rough timeline we can expect it to be enabled? It will not. It will be enabled alongside experience items post-launch after enough people have reached level 60. Okay. All right. How do talents work? It's Wrath Lich King talents. Do we get more points, or are they squished down from vanilla? The answer to that is they're squished down from vanilla, or they're squished down from Wrath, rather, right? These videos cover that. The short version is you get vanilla talent points, then get your crossover talents that you'd usually have in Wrath Lich King with rare mystic enchants. Okay. He should have just given the simple answer. Damn, they don't have pockets? That sucks. Yeah, I'm selling a DKNY skirt on YouTube, and this lady wanted to know if they have pockets. So I was like, nah, bruh. Nah. Okay. Are you planning to add an additional content or add any additional content to Bronzebeard post-launch? Like more mystic enchants or locations? Their answer, definitely. Okay. If there are plans are to have Bronzebeard go horizontally without joining level 60 plus, as adding new zones to the missing spots in the world map. What the hell did he just ask? If there are plans are to have Bronzebeard go horizontally without going level 60 plus, as adding new zones to the missing spots in the world map. Yes. Okay. Okay. You're going to add missing. Yeah. He means like Final Fantasy 11 where you stay at level 60. Okay. So is it going to stay level 60, or is it going to go, are you going to get to level 70, 80, 90 and so on and so forth? That's what I want to know. Are you going to stay at level 60 and it's going to go like, you know, what's the answer? Because I don't understand the, you know. Yeah, I just don't understand. Your gear goes up. Okay, so you stay level 60 and your gear goes up then. There is another question and answer to that later on. They're gonna add high jaw and shit. I asked a question about that. Okay, how much disparity will be required between one class and another before you implement a nerf? Is there a metric you can follow, or will it be based on how many people complain? To understand the approach here, I'd watch this video first. Okay, how much disparity will there be required between one class and another before you implement a nerf? Okay, metric you follow, or will it be based on how many? Okay. How is that answered here? Creature RPG overhaul. All right, well, we're gonna watch this afterwards because I want an answer to that. Because I'm really curious about that. Okay. Can PvP get lots of love in Bronzebeard, or will you guys completely disregard PvP like every private server does? Thank you for making this game. I'm very excited. You don't sound very excited, brother. Been putting a lot of time in these last few days on making sure World PvP can really shine. Okay, good. That would say it's the wait, what would you say is a selling point of Bronzebeard and makes it different from Area 52? Is Area 52 going to keep receiving updates? I think the reasons to play both are largely shared. Area 52 is getting all the updates Bronzebeard gets. The deciding factor for most people, which realm to play on, is going to be just two things. Do you want to play classless or with classes? Do you want to play in vanilla or in TBC? Okay. But the problem, wait, Area 52 is TBC, right? But eventually, Bronzebeard is going to go to TBC. And eventually, Bronzebeard is going to go to Wrath of the Lich King. So, down the road, this won't be a deciding factor, right? So that's the way I look at it. The classes are a lot more approachable for a lot of people than classless, and just more what they are looking for. Area 52 will continue to get updates, and there are already quite a few big things in the works. Okay, that's good. He'll address it later. All right, cool. All right, what is the selling point? Okay, it is relevant here to talk about a new focus we have. That we're having 3 core ways to play: classless, Bronzebeard, and COA. What is COA? My brain doesn't work that way. Conquest of Azeroth. What's Conquest of Azeroth? Oh, custom classes. Okay. The best thing that can be focused on from here is the content that is most relevant to all the new realms: new dungeons, new zones, new expansions, new world content. Much of the team has been built around that idea as a result. Okay. Hunters use ammo or not? Yes, unfortunately, unless they're a melee survival hunter that's supported by the new talents. How sad. Is there a crow's cache on? What is a crow's cache? Yes, it will work differently, though, and there will be more info on that closer to Crow's Cache releases. High risk world drop. Okay. Are there plans for additional? When you say high risk, that mean that you can lose your stuff? When you say high risk? Yeah, okay, I'm not down. I'm not down. Are there plans for additional custom content such as more mini zones, full zones, dungeons, etc.? Okay, let's go to teasers. Oh, let's go to teasers later. Okay, guys. What's that all about? Why are you guys thumbs downing it? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do. Wait, no, wrong. I'm gonna do this one. How do I sync my Vanity for Bronzebeard from other realms? You sync your Vanity sync. Okay, good. There's a Vanity sync item that's in the cash shop. Okay. Question 1. Is it possible to have a middle ground transmog setting? E.g. keep armor transmog shown for everyone, but hide effects like wings, which feel over the top on leveling characters. I kind of agree and don't agree with that. You know, like I don't know, man. Like, I think, yeah, low-level people running around with wings is kind of just a little bit weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd definitely like to provide more granular options in the future, such as having a classic versus modern option for transmog. It's on the table. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like it. All right. What is the realm cap? Realms can hold 10k plus. That's fire. How many players will be in raids? 40 is million or 20 is okay. Raids are flex. We already found that out. You can go from 10 to 25 players. The more people that you have, the more items are going to drop, but you're going to get the same quality of gear going in a 10 man as you will going in a 25 man. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get gear slower. You might get gear faster if you have less competition. You could look at it that way too, right? Will you transition Bronzebeard? I keep on wanting to say Booty Bay. Will you transition Bronzebeard to TBC Wrath of Lich King or keep it vanilla and add content? All right, guys, here we go. This is a big one. This really depends on demand and what the community wants. There's a possibility to just keep expanding vanilla or even keeping a vanilla realm open when it transitions to TBC. Nonetheless, vanilla progression will not be rushed at all, as there is a lot of content planned. Okay, I like it. That's a great answer to me. That's a really good answer. I would honestly vote for keeping a vanilla realm open and then open other kinds, right? The more the merrier. That's what I would vote for. If I bought something in the store during alpha, do I get it live? All progression from alpha is wiped, but the currency doesn't, or the currency used on alpha is an extra test currency that is just added in addition to DP. So you'll still have the DP unspent to use on live. Okay. What are the rewards for each trial we do? Mostly interested in hardcore. You can log into classes realms to see the trial rewards. They are the same. Okay. How do I get a refund for the skin peeler? The first day it was listed and purchasable for Bronzebeard. Now it's gone from the list. But what do I do? It'll be refunded automatically. Just make a Discord ticket or DM me directly if you need a different solution. Okay, cool. Why Quivers doesn't have attack speed? Quiver attack speed is baked into Hunter's baseline so that you can actually just have big bags. Okay. That's actually kind of a good idea, right? Because if you have like 30 slot bags, right, and quivers go to like 10, for instance, why waste the other 20 slots? And by not putting a 30 slot bag in there, just get, you know, 10 stacks of arrows and you're good, you know? Stress test was great, but did you consider there will be at least 5 times more players or even more? Will the servers handle it at launch? Yes, they've already mentioned, he's already mentioned 2 different times they're going to have other servers ready to be spun up if needed and all that good stuff. Okay, so I don't think we need to read that. Hello, is there any option in Bronzebeard to disable level synchronization of dungeon mobs? Yes. Okay. With a new RPG gear drops from mobs out in the world in dungeons, will bosses in higher level difficulty dungeons still have a chance to drop their new gear as higher rarities of loot? For example, Herod in Scarlet Monastery. Yes, it is rare quality loot. Awesome. Some future content, ignore the green building. So interesting. Here we go, guys. You ready? Spoiler? All right, guys. So this looks like Dunmoreau, right? What's this? What's this bridge? Or is this even Dunmoreau? So there's a bridge here. And this is the green building he's talking about there moving around. So that's what the green is. I know, right? I don't know where this is. It looks like Dunmoreau. But then you got this over here. And you got like a broken bridge. The only place where there's a broken bridge that I can think of is in like wetlands, right? That's the only, like in between wetlands and Arathi Highlands. You know, that's the only place where there's a broken bridge that I can think of. You guys can't, can you guys even see the broken bridge? Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. I was making sure you guys could see that. Gilneas? You're thinking Gilneas? Gilneas is nowhere near Dunmoreau. Is it? I've got to think about it. Is it near Dunmoreau? Yeah, oh, it is. It is. It's northwest of it or southwest of it. Huh. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm excited. Okay, that's awesome. All right. All right. Do all raid difficulties scale 10 to 25 or only normal heroic? All raid difficulties scale 10 to 25. How is the open world difficulty compared to vanilla? It has been buffed quite substantially compared to vanilla. All right. I love how they say quite substantially. I'm really interested to see how hard it is. You know? Here we go. What's this? Oh, is another area? Oh. Oh. This is some blood elf shit, dude. Huh. Is this another one of those, is this like another area? Is this the bottom part of the bridge? Is this underneath the bridge? Like, is this a broken bridge that's above it? Huh. This looks very blood elf to me, or high elf. You know, maybe they're gonna have blood elves and high elves. That'd be kind of interesting. Who knows? I noticed faction change options are missing. Will they be added later? I wanted to level as Horde, but leveling in a mud hut at 60 is not my thing. Living in a mud hut at 60 is not my thing. I love that. Yeah, they are disabled until realm first. Okay. Choose your leveling. Enable level scaling. Quests and enemies in both dungeons and the open world will scale to your level. Disable quests and enemies will remain at their appropriate levels. Okay. Why is there snow? Because that's an area where there's snow. This is either Dunmoreau or Winter Spring, that's why. Or a new area that has snow, right? That's the character creation option for disabling level scaling also. The text on the left actually isn't accurate though. Mobs just don't turn gray. Gonna fix that. Okay. Will there be a way to turn off experience scaling? I know. Okay, yeah, he already showed this. With the large amount of players getting ready to flood the server on Friday, can we expect gathering nodes to be on a faster respawn timer? Yes, gathering nodes will also dynamically respawn based on the amount of players. Basically, if you guys played in Ascension, there were so many freaking nodes. There were nodes everywhere. They literally littered the countryside. You could probably stand and a node would like respawn every like 20 seconds. It was insane how fast they were respawning. You could just go into a mine and just sit there and run circles in mine all day. It was insane. A trainer in every village. Why bother going to the main city then? Cities will be even more dead. We need more reasons to go to cities, not less. There is not a trainer in every village. There are trainers in the same spaces as Classic. Anyone who has played Ascension Realms knows there are plenty of reasons to go to cities, and they are always filled with people. I like that answer. Okay, I like that answer. 2 hearts on that one. That guy was a jerk. All right. How is high risk mode activated? Do you need to go to a special location? Yeah, you high risk mode in your spell book. Oh, high risk war mode or PvP mode in any town. It is a spell in your spell. Okay, cool. Boom. If you go on in high risk PvP in World Forge gear and get killed, do you lose a World Forge item? Well, yeah, but you can fell calm them so you lose gold instead. If you lose them, you can always prestige and get them again. I'd recommend just not losing them in the first place. I love that. What a great response. All right, good one. I like that. Will there be a shop to get gear for PvP or PvE in the shop? And wait, will there be a shop to get gear for PvP or PvE in the shop? And gold? No. Okay, good. How are Draenei and Blood Elves able to be in Bronzebeard, but their starting zones aren't? Is there a technical reason they couldn't, and just those zones versus all of TBC? Yes, it is weird. They're actually in the Outland map off to the side. Interesting. Okay, I think that's kind of funny. We'll see how it works out. With the starter packs, they are mailed to the first character created on the realm, so they will be already selected based on class. Or you can pick the pet. Wait, with the starter perks, they are mailed to the first character created to the realm, so they'll be already selected based on class. Or can you pick the pet mount transmog you want? Oh, with the starter packs. Okay. I know what they're talking about. Will the mount be usable on other characters? Yes, they are mailed to the first character, and then you get to choose which class cosmetics you want. You can use the mounts on any class. Okay, sorry if this has been asked or is dumb, but with Bronzebeard going live on the 3rd, are we going to have to reinstall the live launcher? If so, are we going to need to uninstall it from the PTR side? Asking for a friend. You can uninstall the PTR client. It won't be needed for Bronzebeard. The vast majority of live client updates are already live. You can download them now. There will be a few smaller updates leading up to launch. Will there be new armors, mounts, or will the only new ones be those in the store along with the equipment? There are many new pieces of armor, weapons, and mounts out in the world and from challenges, raids, dungeons, etc. Okay? I'll answer more questions tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. All right. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that he answered all these questions. I look forward to more questions tomorrow. Hopefully he gives a lot of answers so that we can go over them. I don't know if I'm going to go over them on stream. We'll see what's going on tomorrow, but I'll definitely be making a video for it on YouTube. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.